Today is the 19th of October, 2025. We find ourselves at the edge of a world that breathes, a living entity that shapes our planet's climate and cradles an untold number of species. In the heart of our world lies this vast, emerald kingdom, a place of staggering biodiversity and ancient rhythms. The Amazon rainforest, covering over 6 million square kilometers, is a mosaic of ecosystems, each with its own unique pulse. It is a realm governed not by clocks or calendars, but by the cycles of sun and rain, growth and decay. This is a world woven from towering trees that pierce the sky and mighty rivers that move with the power of time itself. These waterways are the lifeblood of the forest, arteries of dark, nutrient-rich water that carve paths through the dense undergrowth, connecting the forest's disparate parts into a cohesive, functioning whole. And these waters, often murky and full of unseen life, are the domain of one of the planet's most mythologized creatures, the green anaconda. Eunectes murinus, a name that whispers of immense power and primal fear. It is an apex predator perfectly adapted to this aquatic labyrinth, a master of stealth and patience. For centuries, stories have painted it as a colossal monster, a creature of nightmare lurking in shadowy depths, capable of swallowing humans whole. These tales, born from a mixture of fear and reverence, have cemented its reputation. Yet the truth, as is so often the case, is far more fascinating than fiction. Today, we embark on a journey, a myth versus fact countdown, to peel back the layers of sensationalism and reveal the science behind the legend. Our mission is to replace hyperbole with hard evidence, to understand the animal, not the monster. We will navigate the winding rivers of misinformation, following the real-world currents of scientific discovery to seek a clearer picture of the anaconda's true nature, its role in this complex ecosystem, and the very real threats it faces. The water holds its secrets close, but with patience and respect, it may offer a glimpse of the truth. Let us begin our journey into the world of the Amazon's river giant. We begin with a myth as vast and murky as the Amazon itself. The story goes, deep within these tangled waterways, giant anacondas routinely grow to the length of a city bus. It's a powerful, terrifying image that has slithered through our collective imagination for centuries, painting the anaconda as a primordial monster of impossible proportions. These legends are not new. They are woven from the accounts of early European explorers and local folklore, which speak of serpents exceeding 15 or even 20 meters. Tales of canoes being overturned and men swallowed whole fueled a narrative of a river system patrolled by colossal beasts. These accounts, often exaggerated by fear and the challenge of estimating size in a dense, disorienting environment, became accepted as fact back home. They are compelling images, to be sure, but they belong to the realm of fantasy more than zoological fact. When we turn to science, a different, though no less impressive picture emerges. In reality, most adult green anacondas measure around 3 meters. Exceptional individuals can reach 5, and on very rare occasions, 6 or even 7 meters. This is a truly massive snake, but it falls far short of the bus-sized behemoths of legend. The critical element is verifiable proof. Despite bounties once being offered for giant specimens, claims beyond 10 meters have never been substantiated with a physical body or a reliable measurement. But the anaconda's true claim to fame isn't its length, it's its incredible mass. This is, by a wide margin, the heaviest snake on Earth. Large females, which are significantly bigger than males, can exceed 150 kilograms, packing immense muscle into their frame. For comparison, its rival for the title of world's largest snake, the reticulated python, often grows longer. However, the python is a far more slender creature and cannot begin to match a mature anaconda's sheer bulk and power. So, we must replace the bus-sized monster of myth with a powerfully built, exceptionally heavy serpent, a creature of immense girth and density. The truth reveals not a fairy tale monster, but a real-world giant governed by the strict laws of biology. an animal whose genuine power needs no exaggeration. Myth: the anaconda is a voracious predator with a bottomless stomach, constantly hunting. Reality: anacondas are masters of energy conservation, eating intermittently. After a substantial meal, a snake may not eat for weeks, even months. Their metabolism is incredibly slow, allowing long periods between feeds. A full-grown anaconda may take a capybara, a young caiman, or a small deer, large, infrequent meals. During digestion it rests, vulnerable and slow-moving, hardly the image of constant pursuit. Its rhythm: wait for the right opportunity, strike efficiently, then retreat and rest. A creature of calculated patience, not endless aggression. Myth: anacondas hunt people, snatching victims from riverbanks and dragging them into murky depths. Films and headlines have amplified this fear for decades. Fact: confirmed fatal attacks on humans are exceedingly rare. Local people have lived alongside these snakes for millennia with respect, not constant terror. Constrictors kill by disrupting blood flow, but humans are not typical prey. Our broad shoulders make us difficult to swallow. Most encounters end with the snake fleeing. Attacks are usually defensive, when cornered, threatened, or startled. Coexistence is practical. Avoid certain waters at dawn or dusk, and give large snakes a wide berth. Myth: a cold-blooded killer that lashes out without provocation. Fact: anacondas are ambush specialists. Conservation of energy and patience define their strategy. With eyes and nostrils atop the head, it can wait submerged for hours. When prey is in range, the strike is swift and decisive. It seizes, draws the prey to water, and constricts, a calculated act of predation. On land it is slow and often defensive. Its first instinct is retreat, not attack. Aggression arises when cornered, provoked, or protecting a nest, not from innate malice. See a cautious survivor, not a one-dimensional villain. Myth: anacondas eat anything and everything, even boats and vehicles. Reality: broad diet, yes, but not indiscriminate. Young snakes target fish, amphibians, birds, and small mammals. Adults take larger vertebrates like capybaras, deer, and sometimes caimans. As apex predators, they regulate populations and prevent imbalances. Their presence shapes the aquatic food chain, maintaining diversity across the ecosystem. Specialized hunters, not mindless eaters. Myth: anacondas live in absolute solitude, meeting their own kind only by chance. Reality: during breeding season, a receptive female releases pheromones that attract multiple males. The result is a breeding ball, up to a dozen males coiling around a larger female. These aggregations can last weeks, more endurance and positioning than overt conflict. After mating, snakes disperse. The pregnant female carries live young for about 6 to 7 months. She gives birth to live young, unusual among snakes, and provides no parental care. The young are independent from birth. Anaconda life cycles between solitude and brief, intense sociality. We arrive at our final myth, one deeply embedded in folklore and popular culture. The idea that the anaconda is the undisputed solitary ruler of the Amazon, a monstrous king that fears nothing and bows to no one. This narrative paints the snake as an invincible titan, a creature so powerful that the rest of the jungle ecosystem exists in its shadow. But the Amazon is far too complex for such a simple hierarchy. The reality is that the anaconda shares its domain with other formidable apex predators. It is part of a dynamic web of power, not perched alone at the top. In the water and on the banks, it contends with rivals like the powerful black caiman and the elusive, immensely strong jaguar. These animals are not merely neighbors, they are competitors, and at times, mortal threats. The balance of power is never fixed. Documented encounters show jaguars, masters of the ambush, successfully preying on adult anacondas. A snake, sluggish on land or weighed down after a large meal, is vulnerable to the cat's explosive attack. Power in the Amazon is a fluid concept, shifting with size, age, location, and circumstance. An anaconda that is a hunter one moment can become the hunted the next. This is especially true for the young. A juvenile anaconda is a target for a vast array of predators. From the sky, eagles and hawks watch for movement. In the water, river otters, caimans, and even large fish pose a constant danger. Survival is a daily struggle, and only a fraction will ever reach the immense size of their parents. So, throughout our journey, we have dismantled the myths. We've seen that the anaconda is not a bus-sized behemoth, not a dedicated man-eater, and certainly not a mindless monster. In its place, we find a far more fascinating reality. The world's heaviest snake, a master of patience and an incredibly efficient ambush predator capable of surviving for months without a single meal. It is a creature defined by caution, not aggression. Shy by nature, it is far more likely to use its camouflage to avoid humans than to confront them. This is an apex regulator, a keystone species whose presence is essential to the health of the entire rainforest ecosystem, maintaining balance among prey populations. The anaconda's true threats are not jaguars or caimans. They come from us. Habitat loss from deforestation, pollution from mining and agriculture, and the pressures of the illegal wildlife trade are pushing this magnificent animal into an increasingly precarious position. To protect the anaconda is to protect the Amazon itself. It requires us to choose science over sensationalism and conservation over consumption. By understanding this animal, we can let awe replace fear, and let a drive for protection replace the impulse of persecution. The story of the anaconda is the story of the Amazon. May this quiet, powerful river giant continue to glide through these waters, a symbol of wildness and resilience for generations to come.